That was an agency in New York where youth in the inner city would realize they might have a job, there's a career for them, there's opportunity in arm's reach. So it was never a powder keg.
Our fathers may have crossed paths.
Oh.
Well, my father was in radio news. We lived in Jersey, but he commuted every day into Manhattan.
Oh, okay.
And maybe your father was...
He was interviewed every now and then.
That's what I'm saying.
He died a few years ago. I checked my mother. My mother's still alive.
No, but this would be in the 60s, 70s.
Yeah, yes, of course.
That's when
I can't ask him. I'm saying, it would be
Right.
the 60s, early 70s, yes.
Isn't that funny?
So you've been in the business, your parents? Really?
Well, I would hardly call that the business, but radio news, yes. That was what
It's a thing. That was an important thing back then. Yeah.
It was the era when every radio station had news at the top of the hour.
Yeah.
And you would have 5 minutes of news. And, even us kids listening to WABC, Cousin Brucey,
WABC, ding!
we had to sit through 5 minutes of news.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't ask kids.
Cousin Brucey. You didn't say it right. Cousin Brucey.
Oh, you remember WABC?
Yeah, of course.
Dan Ingram.
Dan Ingram. Stop. What do you think?
Ron Lundy.
But I would listen to WBLS.
Yes.
The Total Experience in Sound. 107.5.
Wow.
In stereo.
You could have been a voice guy.
You're saying I have a face for radio? Is this what you're saying?
No, really, you have that. You could do that.
No, you know what happened was, nobody knows this. I was on the roof showing the night sky to like 40 people. And there's a tall building that had these big air conditioning ducts. And I was just speaking over the volume of that. And then at one point my voice cracked. And I tasted blood in the back of it. It was like, what the
From what?
What happened? And so I went to the doctor, the ENT, and all these people, and they wanted me to learn how to send my voice out from my chest more than from my throat. I think opera singers know this, right? They know how to do that. But I didn't know anything about it. So I did all these voice exercises. And as I did this, my voice got more and more chest resonant.
Yes.
And so it's a way to protect my throat. Is really what's going on.
Do you remember the record "Rainy Night in Georgia"? Do you?
Yes, I do. Of course. There's even the sound of rain.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Who sang it?
That wasn't Billy Preston. No.
Brooke Benton.
Oh no, I wouldn't have remembered that. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like you could cover that song.
Rainy Night in
Georgia.
Yeah. So now I was being interviewed.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Random Revelations with Bill Maher at Club Random. With yours truly, Dr. Nasir from the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. We're going to get back to watching Neil and Bill spar with each other. So let's get to that video and some random revelations as well.
How come nothing makes you happy?
Nothing. What are you talking about?
You're the grumpiest. You know what I feel like right now?
Why do you find grumpy?
I feel like now I'm going to turn 65. I feel like we're on your porch in the rocking chair. Get off my lawn,
I'm not the grumpy one.
No, let me ask. Can I ask? I know it's your podcast, but I've been carrying questions within me for you.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Carrying them.
Okay.
Wow.
So you don't, as I heard you say, maybe you dot it here and there, but you've abandoned college campuses in your stand-up.
Every comedian has.
Okay, so
literally everyone.
Let me ask you: if you came up today,
isn't that amazing, folks? That so many comedians have had to give up going to college campuses to do their stand-up routines, and you know what? They can. You know what? It's not even worth it, right? Why go to places where you're not even welcome anymore, or that you would be welcomed by the majority of people, but the minority acting as a majority wouldn't allow you to come there, or would make it so difficult that other people, just because of being fearful of what the heck might happen, because a few people might decide to do something really stupid and, do violence at these events or prevent people from going, it's not worth the trouble. Just stay with the adults and let the kids, suffer the fact that they can't hear great comedy. Anyways, let's continue.
Would you just read the landscape and develop a whole other comedic repertoire? that does not end up having people picket outside your thing? Are you just transposed and you're not adjusting to the shifting terrain? So why is it their fault and not your fault?
Well, you're being so broad about the whole thing.
Yeah, I am.
Well, but that doesn't work because that doesn't ever explain anything. If you want to talk about specific issues, it's funny, this subject comes up a lot of times with like people who are, my friends who are around my age, 40. No, and they have like kids who are like super woke and drive them fucking nuts.
I got woke kids. I will never be as woke as my kids would want me to be, ever.
Yeah, but you're a little too. Still. And, woke does not automatically mean better. Newer does not.
And that's where the disagreement with me lies with Neil deGrasse. That he is too freaking woke for his own good sometimes. Because I think what he's trying to do is straddle that fence, folks. The intellectual still wants to be liked. Not by just the intellectuals, but by the other people who aren't intellectuals. So he wants to straddle that line and he wants the kids to love him. So guess what? He takes on those woke ideas, these ridiculous woke ideas, and they end up making him look really, really dumb. At least that's my opinion. Especially some of the stuff that he's talking about, this transgender crap, where he's saying, you know what? I think it was an interview on trigonometry with, what is it? Constant Kirsten or whatever. I can't remember the person who was there, but he just was talking about, you know what? What's wrong with men competing with girls? If they can't hack it, that's not a problem. Then change the playing field. Change it. Change the rules. Change something, but do something, man. That's what he was basically saying on that show. Literally, what Neil deGrasse was saying there was, hey, it's a new world, it's a new era. And if men want to compete with girls' sports, it's tough. Girls are going to learn what to do then. They might do something different. That's where we're talking about. The wokeness of Neil sometimes really gets in the way, I believe, of his intellectual capacity. Anyways, let's continue.
Automatically
right, that's
better.
true.
So that's why I say to talk broadly is bullshit. You have to talk about what specific, issue are we talking about?
Exactly.
The ones that get people's attention are gender issues.
Yeah, I know, but what?
Things like that. This is
Bill,
very different.
You cut your teeth in the
70s. What I'm saying is,
and you read the room.
Okay, but I'll answer
you. Read the politics.
I didn't read the politics.
Yes, you did.
How the fuck do you know what I did?
Because I know your jokes of the hour. They were great.
Well, a lot of people think they're great now.
Okay, they're still great.
I don't know if you don't any.
No.
Does it seem like that Bill Maher has done a little bit too much of another joke? A little bit of that too much? Does it seem like it, or is it just that maybe he's drinking a little bit too much over here? Looks like he's just really, really mellow. He's just really mellow. Anyways, let's continue.
No, what I meant was...
Am I not woke enough for you?
Jokes that would work on a college campus, okay? Surely there's a portfolio of jokes that would still work on a college campus. Surely.
I would hope not. From what maybe some college campuses, the ones you read about are fucking insane.
You've given up on an entire generation, and you don't know how to make them laugh.
I have given up on any place that doesn't even remotely attempt to believe in free speech. And things
Good for you. Good for you.
They hear that they don't like, that they don't agree with, is violence. These people are fucking nuts, and you should be calling them out. Somebody like you, who has standing with kids, should be not joining them.
When there's a science objectivity to it.
Yeah, when it's science, you do it, okay, Neil? When it's science, you're doing it. But otherwise, I want to be loved by the kids. I don't want them to hate me. Bill's pointing it out exactly. You take on everything else. Oh, I'll do it about scientific stuff. No, you won't. Wait till some of these kids say that gravity doesn't freaking exist. Then I want to hear you say something.
You're
Yes.
doing what parents do. You're
What's that?
taking the path of least resistance.
Yes.
And therefore hurting the kids and yourself. Parents ruin both their lives. They ruin their fucking spoiled kids' lives, and they ruin their own lives because the kids rule the roost. So that's what you're doing on a national level.
I'm feeling more like on the porch. Get off my lawn. you
Really?
young
I feel like
whippersnapper.
we're in the barber shop.
Well, that works too. In the inner city, it's the barber shop. We don't have.
Neil, you just got scolded, buddy. You just got schooled, dude. Bill Maher literally called you out. Good for Bill. But Bill is changing too. Who knows? Next time he's going to stick his finger in his mouth and decide which way is the wind to blow. Right now, he's blowing, a little bit to the right. Bill used to blow to the left big time. In fact, he blew so far to the left that you didn't even know where the heck he was sometimes. Now he's decided to come out a little bit. You know why? Because all the things that he used to talk about on the left side, now he's finding, like he said, these guys are just absolutely freaking crazy. And it starts right with the kids on the college campus and works all the way up to the top, to academics, to social media, to the news, even to some of these freaking parents that are probably decided, you know what? Path of least resistance.
Porches and there's the stoop. There's the stoop. So here's my point.
That's my
I'm
piece.
trying to get through to people on my social media and the like, and I see what pisses people off, what they react to, and I say, all right, these are the landmines. I'm going to navigate that. I'm going to navigate.
Okay, you're
So I navigated so that I can, because my father's greatest bit of wisdom to me, several nuggets. One of them was, it's not good enough to be right. You also have to be effective. And if you reject the college campus, then you have no influence on them. They're not going to say, oh, we're not going to get Bill, maybe we should change. Then you have no influence on them.
Sweetheart, I can wait till they grow up a little. Okay, I can wait. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about with
You gonna pull
comedians.
age rank on me?
Comedian. No, you don't know what I'm talking about. You know you know outer space.
Well, what I will tell you,
I know fucking doing comedy
I'm a
shows.
huge consumer of your trade.
Thank you.
Whoa! Bill calling Neil deGrasse out again, folks. Again calling him out. That was great. Says, I know freaking comedy. You stay in your outer space lane, buddy. Basically, as Bill was saying to him. Which is true. The path of least resistance, you know where the landmines are? Come on, man. That's being a coward, basically. You are being cowardly towards those entities, those kids, those people, whoever they are, navigating landmines. Now you're going to bring science into this? You're navigating landmines? With what? With your perceptions? No, you've got to understand that these kids have their perceptions which they think are reality, and they're not. And somebody has to point that out. And just because you said that was your dad's nugget of wisdom, that it's not only be right, but you have to be effective, they're never going to let you be effective because they're never going to let you say that they're right or that you're right. They're always going to say that you're wrong. There's not going to be any effectiveness going on over here. Anyways, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. Hope you've enjoyed these random revelations on Club Random with Bill Maher and his guest Neil deGrasse. You've been watching the Dr. Nasir Shaikh Show. I'm Dr. Nasir. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, like, share, and follow us. Check out our links above and below. You know where they're at. I'll leave you with my final thought, which Neil should take to heart. When you're right, you're right. And when you're left, you're just damn wrong. Take care, everyone. Until next time, stay safe.